Alright guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve more examples still on simple equations and transposition of formulas. So we are given example 17. It says given that d over d, that's capital D, all over small d, is equals to the square root of what? F plus p all over f minus p. They say we should express p in terms of d, that's capital letter D, in case of small letter d, and in terms of what? F. It's simply telling us that we should express p, or we should make p the subject of the formula. So let's start. So what's the first step? Let's write down our question back. D over d is equals to what? Square root of what? F plus p over f minus p. Alright, we've done similar example where we're given the square root. So how do we eliminate the square root sign? We say that this square root sign can simply be rewritten as what? Using our knowledge of fractional index, you know that d over d is equals to what? F plus p over what? F minus p, all raised to power what? 1 over 2. So these are fractional index from the laws of what? Indices, the knowledge. So we have short previous videos that will explain better. You can go and watch it from our engineering mathematics playlist. So this square root sign here has changed to this. I seen it. So now to eliminate this, we simply what? Multiply both sides by power 2. So when we multiply both sides by power 2, it will become what? D over d all raised to the power of 2, and this all raised to the power of what? 2. So now 2 here will cancel out. Why to cancel out? Because we say that if a base a raised to the power of 2 raised to another power of 2, we are simply saying a equals to what? 2 times what? 2, which is equals to what? A raised to the power 4. But now a is raised to the power 1 over 2, right? All raised to power 2. And we do 1 over 2 times 2, same thing as 2 over 1. So it will cancel out to get what? 1. And that's why we are cancelling out these two, right? Let's continue. Alright, so when we cancel out, we'll have that what? We'll have that what? D over d square here. D over d square here, they will now carry their individual power. So it will now be d square over d square. So let's write it down. We'll have that what? D square all over d square is equals to what? F plus p over what? F minus p. So we've eliminated that what? Sign. So the next thing we'll do here is to what? Cross multiply. We cross multiply. When we cross multiply, this d square will times everything into this bracket, f plus p, and d here multiply everything into this bracket. This square here will multiply everything into this bracket. So we'll have that. We'll have that what? D square times F minus P is equals to what? D square times what? F plus P. So now the next thing is to what? Open up the bracket. You know, I showed you in our previous video how to eliminate brackets, so you can use that method. So if we say D square times F, we'll have what? The F, D square F, or F D square, anyone. And if we say D square times P, remember there's a positive sign here, so the positive times this negative will give us what? Negative. And D square times P will be what? D what? Square what? P, right? So we'll move on to the next side. That's the what? Right hand side. This is the left hand side, and this is the right hand side. This is the left hand side, this is the right hand side. So for the right hand side, we have that D square, that's we have that what? D square times F plus P. So D here times F, and D square here will also times P to have what? D square F plus what? D square P. So we are going to rearrange it. We're going to take the ones with the F values to this side. That's the F value. That will be similar. And we'll take the one with the P value, that's this ones, to this other side. So we'll have that what? D square F. If we take this D square F to this other side, the positive sign here will become what? Negative. So it's now with D what? Square what? F. And if we take this D square P to this other side, the negative sign here will become what? Positive. So it will be equals to what? Let's write down this one first. Let's write down this one first. That's what? D square P. Then if we take this one here, this sign will change to what? Positive, to become positive here. And we write out D what? Square what? P. So now we've arranged it. So the next thing we'll do is to what? Factorize P out of this, because it says we should make P here the subject of the formula. So if we factorize, we'll have that what? Let's bring it to this other side. We'll have that what? P is into what? D square plus what? D what? Square. Then we write this to have that what? Equals to what? D square F minus D square F. So now to make P to stand alone, we simply divide both sides by this. We divide both sides by what? D square plus what? D, to make P to what? Stand what? Alone. So let's do that. If we divide both sides by P, by what? We divide both sides by D square plus D square for it to stand alone. This will cancel this, and we're left with what? P is equals to what? D square F minus D square F all over what? D square plus what? D square. So this will be our what? Final answer. This will be our what? Final answer. So when they tell you to express P in terms of D, capital letter D, small letter D, and F, this is how it will look like as a final answer. So we express P in terms of capital letter D, F, small letter d, and F. So let's move to the next example. Next example says solve simultaneous equations 7x minus 2y equals to what? 26, and 6x plus 5y equals to 29. So the first one is our equation 1 and the second one is our equation what? 2. So how do we proceed? Firstly, let's write down question. Say 7x minus what? 2y equals to what? 26, and we have that what? 6x plus what? 5y equals to what? 29. So the first step, we choose which of them we want to eliminate. Should we eliminate x first or we should eliminate y first? So it's based on your choice if you want to eliminate x first or y first. So for me, let's eliminate y first and find x. Then when we found x, we will now what? Substitute the value of x back into our equation to get what? Y. So now the question is, if we are to eliminate y first, how do we do that? Here, y, the coefficient of y is minus 2, right? And here, the coefficient of y is plus 5. So for us to eliminate the both of them, we'll simply multiply the coefficient of equation 1 by the coefficient of equation 2, or we'll multiply the coefficient of equation 1 by equation 2, and we'll multiply the coefficient of equation 2 by equation 1. Let me explain better. Okay, watch. See that this now, we multiply it by what? The coefficient of what? Of this. That's coefficient of y in equation 2, which is 5. So it will now be what? Times 5. And we'll have that this now, this equation 2 will multiply the coefficient of what? Y here, that's 2, which will now be what? Times 2. So if we do that, 5 times 7x will be what? 35 what? X. Then minus times plus will be what? Minus 2y times 5 will be what? 10y. We have 5 times 26, which give us what? 130. We now have 2 here times 6x will give us what? 12x. We also have 2 times 5y to give us what? Plus what? 10y equals to what? 2 times 29 will give us what? 58. So now we can simply what? Add the both of them to eliminate what? Y. Doing that, we'll have 35x plus 12x. 35x here plus 12x will give us what? 47x. 10y minus 10y, that's here, plus 10y will give us 0, and we'll have that 130 plus 150 will give us what? 188. So from here we can make x the subject of the formula by dividing both sides by what? 47. So 47 will cancel 47 here, and we're left with what? X is equals to what? 188 all over 40 what? 7. So if you point your calculator, we have that x will be equals to what? X will be equals to what? 4, right? So now we'll put the value of x into any of these equations. So now x is 4, right? You can either choose to put it into equation 1 or equation 2. So let's put it into equation 1 and get our value for what? Y. So we'll have that anywhere we see x, we'll put what? 4. We'll have 7 times 4 minus 2y equals to what? 20 what? 6. So 7 times 4 will give us 28. We have 28 minus 2y equals to 20 what? 6. So if we take 28, or we can either take 28 to the right hand side or take 26 to the left hand side. So let's just rearrange it. We'll have that what? Minus 2y will be equals to what? 26 minus what? 28. So you are owing 28 naira and you have 26 naira. So when you pay off, you still be owing what? 2 naira. So we'll have that minus 2y equals to what? Minus 2. To eliminate this, we can simply what? Divide both sides by minus 2. So if we divide both sides by minus 2, we'll have that minus 2 will cancel minus 2 here, and we're left with y equals to minus 2 all over minus 2. And we cancel that, we'll have that what? Y is equals to what? 1. So we have gotten our value for x and we have gotten our value for what? Y. So this is how we solve simultaneous equations. Very simple, right? Very simple. So let's move to the next example, example 19. Example 19, still on simultaneous equation. We're given x over 8 plus 5 over 2 equals to y, and 11 plus y over 3 equals to 3x. So the first thing you do is to eliminate what? The denominator from the equations, or you eliminate it to get your simple equation. So now doing that, what is the LCM of 8 and 2? The LCM of 8 and 2 is simply 8. So we can say we'll multiply it by 8. So let's write our equation. We have that x over 8 plus 5 over 2 equals to y. For us to know the number that will multiply to eliminate these two, we have to simply find their what? LCM. And the LCM of 2 and 8 is 8. So we can multiply through by 8. And for the next one, 11 plus y over 3 equals to what? 3x. 11 is the same thing as 11 over 1. So the LCM of 1 and 3 will simply be 3. So we'll multiply here by what? 3 to eliminate the denominator. So when we do that, 8 here will cancel 8. We're left with 1. And 8 here will cancel 2. We're left with what? 4. So 4 times 5 will give us what? 20, right? So what we'll have is what? X plus 20 is equals to y. We have gotten our first one. For the second one, similarly, 3 here, we'll cancel that 3 here to get 1. So we're left with what? 11 plus, no, not 11, sorry. 3 times 11 will give us 33. And y over 3 times 3. 3 here will cancel 3 here. We left with 1, 1. So we have plus y. Same thing. 3 times 3x will give us what? Equals to 9x. And let's correct the previous one. So 8 here times x over 8. 8 will cancel to get 1. So we left with only x. We wrote it down here. And 8 times 5 over 2. 8 into 2 will give us 4. And here will become 1. So 4 times 5 will give us 20. So 8 times y will give us 8y. Take note. Alright. So this is what we got. So now if we rearrange this, we bring 8y to this other side, the left hand side, and we'll take y to the what? Right hand side. We'll have that what? X minus 8y is equals to what? Minus what? 20. And similarly, if we take y to this other side, we'll have that what? 9x minus y will be equals to what? 9x minus y will be equals to what? Minus, no, equals to 33, not minus 33. Equals to 33. But if we take this, if we leave this here, it still be positive. So we are taking only y here. So it will now be 9x minus y is equals to what? 33. So this is what we'll have. So now we can make this our equation 1 and make this our equation 2. So what's the next step? We'll choose which of them do we want to eliminate between what? X and y. Which of them do we want to eliminate? If we want to eliminate y like we did before, we'll multiply this by what? 1, because it's the coefficient of y here. We'll multiply this now by 1 because this is the coefficient of y here, 1. And multiply this by 8 because this is the coefficient of y here, 8. So if we multiply the first one, that's this one, we'll still have x minus 8y equals to minus 20. And if we do this for this other one, 8 times 9x will give us what? 72x. And 8 times minus y will give us what? Minus 8y equals to what? 33 times 8 will give us 264. So when we've gotten the two of them, we'll simply add them. So when we add them, we will have that 8x plus 72. Let's subtract them because if we add them, we cannot eliminate y here because positive times this will still give us what? Negative. So become minus 16. But if we subtract them, it will eliminate it. So let's minus y instead. Let's do subtraction. Okay. So let's subtract both equations. So we subtract the both equations, we have that x minus this times 2x will give us what? Minus what? 70 what? 1x. Then minus 8y minus 8y will give us 0. and we'll have that what minus 20 minus 264 will give us minus what 2 what 8 what 4. So now to eliminate, we divide both sides by minus 71 and here by minus 71, and we're left with x is equals to what 71 will cancel 71, so x is equals to what minus 2 8 what 4 all over minus 71, which will give us what minus to cancel minus will become plus, right? So our value will be in positive, and we'll have that 284. With the calculator you can punch it. 284 divided by what 71 will give us what 4. So x is equals to 4. So if you put the value of x into any of these equations, either equation 1 or equation 2, let's say we put value of x here, we'll have that equation 1, that's this one here, will now be what x is 4, right? Will now be what 4 minus 8y equals to what minus 20. So we now have that minus 8y equals to minus 20 minus 4. We took 4 here to this other side, so the sign changed. The positive sign here changed to what negative sign here. So we left with what minus 8y equals to what you are owing 20 naira and you borrow extra 4 naira, so you have a deficit of minus 24 naira you still be owing. So if you want to eliminate this minus 8 on the left hand side, you simply divide everything by minus 8 and you divide here too by minus 8. So we'll be left with y is equals to what minus 8 to times minus 8, we'll be left with y equals to what minus 24 all over minus 8. So the minus sign will divide the minus sign to get the positive sign. So we'll have y is equals to what, so 24 divided by 8 will be what 3. So y is equals to 3. So this is our final answer. Please, you can go through it again. Simultaneous equation can be tricky sometimes, so you have to be careful while solving so you don't make mistakes. You get? So we've gotten our values for what for y, and we've gotten our value for what x. Our value for y was 3 and our value for x was what 4. Thank you, and in case you enjoyed this video, please kindly what like, share and subscribe. Share it to all your friends struggling with maths or simultaneous equation. And please, if you have any question, please drop it down in the comment section below. See you in our next video.